All right, today we're stepping into the ring for a massive AI showdown. We're putting two of the hottest new open source models, DeepSeek and Grok, head to head. We're going to break down their strengths, their weaknesses, and figure out what makes each one tick.
So you've got two giants entering the ring. In one corner, a super precise coding machine, and in the other, a witty, real-time conversationalist. We're pitting them against each other in the two areas that matter most: reasoning and code. The big question is, who's going to come out on top?
You know, for the longest time, the world of cutting-edge AI felt like a closed club run by just a few big tech companies. But that's all changing. We're in a new era now, where powerful open source models aren't just playing catch-up. They are becoming serious contenders for everyone. So, it is time to meet our challengers. Let's get right to the tail of the tape for these two heavyweights. In this corner, you've got DeepSeek, an AI that is just laser-focused on one thing: being the absolute best at code and logic. And in the other corner, there's Grok, built to tap into real-time info with this witty, almost rebellious personality. So right off the bat, you can see we're looking at two totally different design philosophies here. So let's zoom in on our first contender. Let's talk about DeepSeek, the code-native virtuoso. So what's under the hood with DeepSeek? Well, it was trained from scratch on this massive 2 trillion token data set. And here's the kicker: a huge chunk of that data is just code, tons of it, pulled from places like GitHub. That means it was basically born and raised to think like a developer. Now, that intense focus, it gives DeepSeek some incredible superpowers. It is just exceptional at generating high-quality code, and its logical reasoning is absolutely top tier. But, you know, there's always a trade-off. It's not really the tool you'd grab for creative brainstorming, and sometimes its explanations can feel like you're reading a dry technical manual, which, let's be honest, isn't always what you need.
All right, now let's pivot and bring in our challenger, Grok, the real-time conversationalist.
Grok is a completely different kind of beast. It's designed to feel like a chat partner with a real personality. It can be witty, a little sarcastic, and it's definitely not afraid to have a strong opinion. But its killer feature, its secret weapon, it has a direct, real-time pipeline to the fire hose of information on the X platform. That means it knows what's happening in the world right now. And the appeal here is obvious, right? You get up-to-the-second info served up in this fun, engaging package. But that also comes with things to consider. Its formal logic isn't quite as buttoned up on really deep technical problems. And let's face it, that snarky personality might not be the best fit when you're trying to draft a serious report for your boss. All right, introductions are over. Ding, ding, ding. Let's get to round one, the reasoning duel. Here, we're testing pure, unadulterated logic and problem-solving skills. And this table tells a really fascinating story. When it comes to pure logic puzzles, DeepSeek is like a sharpshooter, incredibly accurate. Grok is more creative, but maybe a little less precise. In math, DeepSeek is your reliable workhorse, while Grok can be a bit of a wild card. But, and this is a big but, for common sense stuff, you know, understanding the nuances of everyday life, Grok's real-world data gives it a serious edge. It just gets the subtext in a way that's hard to beat. Okay, let's move on to round two, the coding off. Now on paper, this should be DeepSeek's home turf, but let's see if Grok can pull off a surprise. And yeah, on its home court, DeepSeek does not disappoint. For generating really clean, idiomatic code, it's just excellent. Grok's code, it's functional. It'll get the job done for a quick script, but it's not always the most optimized. For debugging, DeepSeek is like a surgeon, finding the exact error. Grok is more like your creative buddy, suggesting interesting fixes you might not have even thought of. And that pretty much sums up how they explain code too. DeepSeek gives you the technical deep dive, Grok gives you the big picture metaphor. 2 rounds are down. The final bell has rung. So, who takes home the belt? Let's get to the final verdict and help you figure out which of these AIs you want in your corner. So, what do the judges' scorecards say? Well, this isn't a knockout. It's a classic split decision. The winner really depends on the fight you're picking. For pure, hardcore code mastery, complex debugging, and problems that demand airtight logic, DeepSeek is your undisputed champion. No question. But if you're brainstorming, need to make sense of what's happening right now, or you want a creative sparring partner, Grok absolutely takes the prize. So how do you pick your champion? It's actually a pretty simple 3-step process. First, just figure out what you're trying to do. Is it a coding task or more of a creative exploration? Second, think about your own personal style. Do you want a precision tool, or do you want a conversational partner? And third, and this is the most important step, just experiment. Take them both for a spin on a small project and see which one just feels right for how you work. And really, that brings us to this one core idea. The best tool isn't about the one with the longest feature list. It's about finding the one that best fits the hand of the creator. Whether you need a precision screwdriver like DeepSeek or a creative multi-tool like Grok, it all depends on what you're trying to build. And all of this leads us to a really crucial question for the future of AI. With these incredibly powerful open source models like DeepSeek and Grok becoming more and more accessible, are we finally on the verge of an era where innovation is no longer locked down by a select few? The answer could honestly reshape our entire technological world. Thanks for tuning in.